What is going on, you beautiful people? I got a new video for you today. We're going to be doing Reddit stories once again, and we're going to start off with one of the most juiciest stories I could find, which has to do with a man getting catfished. So, to begin, exchanged pictures. She seemed pretty cute and was very engaging in the conversation. She didn't want to do anything other than a movie, so I agreed. Waiting in the theater lobby with the movie tickets, a woman walks up to me and says, "Hi," sheepishly. I don't recognize her, but I say hi back. She follows with, "What? Am I not what you expected?" "No, you look a little different from your pictures," I replied. "Oh, I used my roommate's pictures because I wanted to make sure I wasn't going on a date with someone shallow." That is insane. If someone did that to me on a date, I would lose my shit. I'm not gonna lie with you guys. How could you say that? Someone shallow. She must be like horrendously ugly, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, I'm a little taken back and question her a little bit more. She wasn't a huge girl. She's definitely huge. If you're saying she's sorry, but she was a little larger than average. But I was sure to be polite and make no mention of it. At her request, I got popcorn and pop for both of us. I love it when they use pop instead of like soda or like drink. I never use pop, but like I don't know who does that, but I don't know if you guys use the word pop, but it's an interesting one. Anyways, when we sat down in the theater, it got a little awkward. I wasn't really sure what to say anymore, as the pictures she used had her doing things I typically enjoy: skiing, hockey, fishing. She stays silent as well. Anything I asked was a one-word answer. She gets up right as the movie is starting and says she has to go to the washroom, but grabs her jacket and purse and our popcorn. About halfway through the movie, it was pretty clear she wasn't coming back. The couple behind me consoled me and congratulated me on a dodged bullet. I mean, this is a short story, but I mean, it speaks for itself. Like, fat girl catfishes guy, steals his popcorn, goes to the washroom, and probably destroys that washroom. I'm not gonna lie with you, but like, I mean, that's like I don't understand how someone has the like balls to do that. It's pretty like weird to me. Like, how are you just gonna? I don't know. But we're gonna move on to the next story. That one was caught me off guard, but move on to the next one. All right, this one once again is about not getting catfished, but wanting to get catfished or like expecting the catfish. I don't know, but it's a short one. Girl messages me online. She looks thick, but still cute. I'm a thirsty single dude. I'm not exactly choosy. We talked for weeks. I finally asked her out on a date and she agreed. Day of, I text her to make sure that we are still on. She tries backing out. "You won't like how I look." I say, "I've already seen her profile photos." And I tell her even if it doesn't work out, we'll still have a good time on a date, which is better than spending the night alone. She caves and agrees to the date. I get to the restaurant and she is significantly larger than her photo. She's in the 300-pound range. A hard no. We had a great time. I never talked to her again. That is like, I mean, look, he's a thirsty single dude. Maybe not the best looking guy, but like, he probably expected like a 200-pounder, but he got a 300-pounder. So I mean, like, I don't know, man. You gotta expect it. He expected it, but he had a great time. So I mean, I can't really complain. I mean, props to him. We're gonna do another one of these because I like these. They're actually good. Right. So the next one, late to the party here, but a great story follows. This person's name is Dirty LSD. I'm just saying, like, it's gonna be a good one. Me, 22 and horny. New city after undergrad. I can't speak. Struggling to meet a woman my age. Meet a cute 21-year-old girl on Yik Yak. What the hell is Yik Yak? On the campus near me. And we exchange Snapchats. Start casually talking, and turns out she's cool. And we have a lot in common. Many nights sending, good pics to each other. Nice body, nice chest. Looks tight, and I'm loving it. We start sending videos. And yeah, I ask her for a drink after a few weeks. Now this guy gets really explicit, so I kind of like had to jump that, but anyways. Now here's me sitting at a bar, anxious with a beer. She messages me. Well, turns out Steph, or she called herself, is actually Steve or Scott. That's right, a gay guy. He's actually 19, not 21, and liked what he saw, profusely apologizing about not coming clean earlier. Turned out we actually got along well. It was a double team catfish with one of the girls on his floor. Hindsight, that is pretty messed up. He still wants to meet. I bail and block forever. But turns out he works at the same hospital in the same building as me. But I never find out what he looks like. So, a 3 to 4 times a week, here I am, transferring patients, etc. And every time I see a potential gay guy, I wonder, Is that Steve? Thinking to myself, some barely legal gay guy has screenshots of my you know what with mirror selfies and has seen and heard me you know what. Yeah, and no, I do not sext anymore. That's a good story. I'm not gonna lie with you. That's pretty funny. But this guy's gonna work and be anxious for like the rest of his work life if he works at that hospital forever. That's pretty funny. I mean, that's like just messed up. I mean, like, damn. Yeah, kind of expected from a guy named Dirty LSD. But we're gonna move on to the next story. Alrighty, I've got a story that's a little different than the rest of these. I was in college, started chatting with a chick on MySpace. Damn, this is old. This is like 8 years ago. Yes, I know. That went to a different college, but in the same town as me. She actually messaged me first. Red flag number one. I had been fatfished quite a few times in the months leading up to this, so I was a little pessimistic about her. I mean, fatfished? I've never heard of that term. That is amazing. We got to use that more often. In her pictures, she appeared to be okay. Not overweight, but not stunningly attractive either. A solid 6 out of 10 from the pictures. She was pretty aggressive in her pursuit of me. I was apprehensive. We started talking online right before Christmas break. Goddamn, the phone is running. Okay, stupid ass phone has been dealt with. Where were we? Yeah, so we started talking online right before Christmas break, and she had gotten home to another state for Christmas. So I knew it wasn't going to be at least a month before we would even have a chance to meet up. So we talked online and on the phone for an entire month. New Year's rolls around, and she is coming back and asked me to pick her up from the airport. I figured this would be a good opportunity to see her in person and be able to quickly drop her off if she was, in fact, really fat. One thing she did say was that she was going to run up to me and give me a big kiss like we were lovers who hadn't seen each other in a long time when she saw me at the airport. This made me really nervous. Man, this kind of reminds me of like 90 Day Fiance or whatever, when like, I mean, not 90 Day Fiance, but like when a guy's meeting up with a girl that he met online, never seeing her, and like it's one of those shows, you know? And like she's just humongous and she just like runs into his arms. I'm pretty sure I've seen a TikTok on that, but I mean, that's what I'm expecting to come right now. Anyways, the day comes and I go to the airport with butterflies in my stomach. So I mean, is he excited to see a torta or like I don't know. Anyways, I'm standing at the top of the ramp where the arrivals come out, and I make eye contact with this smoke show of a blonde coming up the ramp. She grins, drops her bags, and sprints to my completely welcoming arms, and we passionately kiss. Home run. This girl undersold herself so much in her online pictures. She was easily an 8. I wanted to punch myself for having any doubts at all. Suffice to say, we left the airport, had a wonderful date, and did the do. Wow, that one took a turn for the best. Man, good for this guy. 8 years ago, MySpace. That's crazy. I was expecting Torta 100%, but I mean, good for him. I'm happy. I mean, I'm reading these stories for the first time, like you guys are hearing them. So, I mean, good for him, man. Like that's like a dream. Like for some reason, I'm thinking, and I feel like she's like some sort of like I don't know, something has to be wrong with her. Like there's something. I want to see an update from this guy. But I can't find any. So we're gonna move on to the next story. And I think we're gonna continue with the catfish stories because these are actually really good. Anyways, all right, so this one comes from another 8 years ago person. This girl says she lived in Japan as an English teacher, like I did for a few years. She was only there for about a year, but that was the whole reason for a decent connection to meet for the date. Then she bashes living in Japan for 30 minutes, hated working there, didn't like the Japanese people, didn't like her coworkers, and hated her apartment. I mean, if that's true, fine. But don't sell me on, hey, we both lived and worked in Japan. Let's talk about it. If you like hated it. I don't want to meet someone for the first time and have a bitch fest. I lived there for 4 years and of course I liked it. She just had no sense about it. And her experience there was almost all her fault. It's super easy to get these English teaching jobs, but she refused to change companies, even though she was being treated like shit. She refused to move apartments, even though she didn't like where she lived. And of course, she was about 20 pounds lighter in her photos. Ugh, what a waste of a date. Man, I felt that ugh. You know what I'm saying? Like that ugh. I mean, that's a short one, short and sweet, but once again, we got fat fished. We got absolutely fat fish. I mean, 20 pounds doesn't seem that bad, but like if you're already pushing it and you know through the pictures she's a little thick, you gotta expect minimum 20 pounds more in person. Anyways, let's get on to the next story. Old man robot. That's where it's coming from. Old man robot. 8 years ago, once again. Not sure if it counts as catfishing or anything like that, but I was certainly intentionally misled. It was on a blind date, set up through a friend. We text beforehand, and she used language to the effort of, I'm finally back to being curvy, but not a stick. I think I'm recovering from an eating disorder. So I'm just making sure I'm eating enough. Sometimes I can get a bit woozy, but it's not too bad. So I'm thinking this girl is going to be rail thin. And I even spent an evening before the date reading about how to help people with anorexia. That's nice of him. If needs be. Nope, she was possibly one of the most overweight people I have ever seen. We had a nice enough date and called it quits a bit early. Damn. Once again, a victim to the fat fish. I mean, like, where are you taking these women? There better be like a place. Like, I do have a friend who takes out these girls, and he always has a specific place where, like, he knows nobody is gonna know or nobody's gonna be there. That he knows who is gonna see him. So, like, he has that one place, and he's like, if ever you are in need of a place like that, go here. So, I mean, I hope they have those places, unless they're just not ashamed to be fat fished in public. I would never, but I mean, it's just another victim of the fat fish. Let's go for another one. This name, no name, 8 years ago, once again. I already see the word 50 pounds heavier. It's gonna be another good one. Met her after about 3 conversations. Pretty much logistics. She was about 50 pounds heavier than the pics. To be fair, she carried it well, mostly in the booty and in the boobs. If the personality wasn't broken, I'd have been hard. She claimed rock climbing was a hobby. Didn't know what a belay or anchor was. She said she loved to travel. I've been to every continent except Antarctica. She didn't even know the names of where she's gone. Love to dance with 2 left feet, apparently. Apparently, swing is square or something. I didn't like the drink, but had 3 grateful deeds in 2 hours. Wasn't materialistic, but couldn't stop talking about my business, specifically trying to nail down how much I make. It was a crock of bullshit. So I said that. I literally said, listen, you're full of shit. If you were just honest, we could both be happier. I'm out. Then I left. Pretty sure she began sobbing, but I wasn't around long enough to find out. Dropped a 50 at the bar and walked. That didn't turn me off from dating, but it made me prefer meeting people in person. Much more effective for me. I do have several stories about a girl setting up a date for me. Those are pretty annoying, but not bad. Just made it clear that at least the girls I have as friends don't at all understand what I'm looking for, but somehow hate me having hot casual. I don't accept those offers anymore. Man, if you're looking out for someone and you got to get someone a date, pick a good date. Like, you know what's gonna be a good date. But I mean, you have friends that are girls setting you up. Like, are they just friends? Maybe they're jealous. They're gonna hook you up with like they're gonna fat shame you. Like, not fat shame you. What the hell? Like, fat fish you. I mean, goddamn. Oh, who the hell is honking somehow? All right, that was a good story. That was not bad. We're gonna move on to the next one. I think we're gonna do maybe one more. Let's see. What can I find here? Oh, I saw Craigslist. We're gonna do that one. Craigslist. One girl I met through Craigslist years ago was on her way to meet me and was talking to me over text in the meantime. We had some special stuff planned, if you know what I mean. She was all like, I'm just a little white girl, go easy. And she sent me a photo. I had my expectations set low, but this photo she sent was very flattering. The girl in the photo, compared to my worst catfishing fears, was quite attractive. I felt like I'd struck oil. Here was this cute girl coming over to let me do stuff with her. I couldn't believe it. The girl that showed up, however, she did not look like the same person at all. She insisted it was her, but frankly, I did not believe her. She was much bigger in the face and in the body. For one, and in general, just was not the same. We still did our thing, but yeah, my enthusiasm dropped significantly. Man, he just opened the door. He saw the fat fish and he was like, you're gonna still come in. So I mean, sometimes you just take it, man. I mean, I know people like that. I could never, but I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. If you know what you want, you gotta do it. But I think that's gonna be the last story. I really liked reading these, to be honest with you. They're pretty spicy. They're pretty good. But nevertheless, if you guys have any suggestions, leave them in the comments below. The videos are doing all right. Still at 4 subs, so if you guys subscribe, man, that would mean the world to me. These are fun to make, and playing Minecraft after like so many years is kind of fun. It's like bringing me back to like my childhood. So, hopefully you guys are enjoying these videos. If you have any suggestions, do leave them in the comments below, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.